Hi, and welcome to Social Media Basics for Business Lesson 1, State Your Purpose. I'm Robert Killen, Director of the Lane Small Business Development Center, and I'm glad you found your way here. In case you're wondering, the reason that we're starting with this lesson, State Your Purpose, is that all too often businesses jump into social media not because they have a specific purpose in mind, a specific goal, a specific outcome, but simply because of fear of missing out. They hear about it. They hear about successful social media engagements all around them, and they don't want to fall behind. And while that's understandable, you as a business owner have to recognize that all of your energy, all of your time and effort and dollars have to be pointed toward goals. Otherwise, they're all wasted. So let's jump into it. I want to start by simply sharing my take on a Chinese proverb, and that is that if you head down a path with nowhere in mind, you're very likely to get there. And while that might be perfect with friends out hiking on a Saturday afternoon, in business, it is wasted effort. In business, again, you have to point your efforts toward goals. So, what are some of those goals? Here are some of the typical goals we hear about regarding business and social media. The first one, though, is a myth, and the first one is that it's free. Well, it's not free, not really. Now, as a solo entrepreneur, as somebody just getting started, maybe you have time in the evening and on the weekends that you feel you can put toward your social media development, your social media efforts, and it's not costing you cash out of pocket. However, recognize that as your business grows, you will eventually run out of time. You're not going to have that time available to do that. And so you'll have to engage someone else to, and you're going to need to pay them. So while social media might feel free now, it isn't. And you can't engage in social media, start with social media simply because of that. Here are some better reasons to engage in social media. The first, it's an alternative to a traditional website. It is. If you haven't already put together your website and perhaps you want to put something special together that's going to take time and money that you just don't have right now, that's okay. You can utilize your social media landing page as your alternative website, at least for the time being. Facebook's landing pages can be beautiful. Instagram can be really telling. So that's fine. You can utilize it. It's an effective use for those space. Also, to increase brand recognition, to increase brand authority and influence. You can create engagement, build an army of engaged, raving fans through social media. And of course, you can increase sales. All of these are legitimate, and we're going to talk about all of these in some way or another throughout this course. And finally, social media is simply where the people are. If you've had any doubts, here are some basic statistics about social media. Almost half the world's population is utilizing it. 90% of millennials and almost half of baby boomers are utilizing social media in the US. Those are big numbers, and when they use it, they're spending 3 hours a day doing so. That's more time than you do anything else except work and sleep. It's a huge amount of time. So this is where the people are. And when they're there, they're using it to research products. They are recommending positive brand experience. 7 out of 10 people will recommend a positive experience. Now, imagine you have a positive experience and somebody wants to share that with their world, which might be thousands of people, but you don't have an online profile to tag. What does that recommendation do for you? It does almost nothing. But if you do have one that they can tag, and they will, then they're pointing people directly to your business with a third-party testimonial. It doesn't get better than that, but you have to be in the space to take advantage of it. And finally, half of consumers will depend on influencer recommendations. That means that they're looking for somebody that they respect to tell them what to buy. Right? And they're looking for those recommendations on social media. You need to be in the space so that you can take advantage of all of this time and activity. This is where the people are. So let's take a quick look again at these reasons. As an alternative to a website, brand recognition, brand authority, all of these reasons are legitimate reasons for you to engage in social media. But here's the thing. The goals you choose are not as important as choosing them. Whichever goals you want to move forward with, those are going to be great. Just make certain you choose one. Don't let your social media efforts be simple efforts in a void. Putting out content that's not pointed toward a specific goal, you might as well not do it. If you don't have purpose, if you don't have specific outcomes you're trying to accomplish, then a year, 2 years down the road, you're going to wonder why the heck you put all that effort in. You're going to consider it wasted time. But if you state your purpose, then that will be the lens through which all of your activities will be built around. And ultimately, that's how your success will be generated, because you've decided on a goal and you've put energy toward it. That's what social media is about. Okay, so that's the end of video 1. Your next steps: first, download the social media action plan. This will be your workbook. If you haven't done so already, there's a link up at the top among the buttons. There should also be a link at the bottom of this page, and again back on the welcome page. Download your social media action plan. Our goal is to ensure that when you're done with this course, you will have a plan of attack to move forward with. And the social media action plan is exactly what does that. So download that, pull it up. It's a fillable PDF, and fill out section 1. It's a simple, just a multiple choice where you're going to select a few goals that you feel fit your purpose in social media. Once you're done with that, we'll go to lesson 2, which is identify your brand voice. We'll see you over there. Cheers.